Ladies and gentlemen.
Let me tell you, it wasn't fun. Like in the moment, it was not fun. Especially like then start finish, I was pretty sure I'm going to crash the car.
Except he had that blood vessel about the size of your index finger popped out on the side of his neck and his face was red as a tomato. He says, okay, son. He said his wife was having a baby. What's your excuse?
Try again.
On the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios, driven by General Tire.
Rock on, baby!
I am serious.
Here's the Freaks.
You know, Freak Nation, there at the top of the show, there was a little bit of a tease what might be coming your way maybe next weekend here in the Freak Nation. How you doing, man? Kenny Sargent, Crash Gladys, Kenny Sargent, Richard C. Suave, Cole Cusimano, Cody Big Ass Johnson. We're all here for you on a Saturday night as opposed to a Sunday night, Freak Nation.
It's been a long weekend.
Got to fool some people there.
Long.
Well, look, it's a Daytona 24-hour. I'm
Yes.
sure some freaking drivers have no idea if it's Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Right.
Depends on how many beers or champagnes they had celebrating.
Speaking of, I just tunked mine over, Freak Nation, live on television. Jesus Christ.
Oh man. Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice work.
It's a fun start, man.
I know.
It's called Phil. Phil, when the lead host empties his freaking glass, it's called talk, guys.
Oh, we were just in shock that you dropped your what is that? A General Tire
GT
Yeti?
Tumbler.
Yeah.
GT Tumbler.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
We were
baby.
shocked that you dropped it.
It's creatures of habit because usually I have it on my right hand side, and then I move my left hand, going, "Oh no, there's my glass right there."
Well, you've also already bumped with your right elbow.
Mhm.
William Byron and the Indy 500 pylon or the Indianapolis Motor Speedway pylon. It's
Little Willie.
down there on the
I'm
ground.
sure our radio Freak Nation
Right,
gives a damn about that, man.
Of course.
Yeah, we wrapped up the Daytona 24 hours this afternoon, Freak Nation. So why not bring in the winning driver of, frankly, he's not the overall winning driver, but the funnest class to watch was the GTD. Nope. Yep. GTD class. And Philip Ellis, who is German, English, and Swiss.
Yes.
How the hell that happens? He's going to join us coming up.
But he's getting ready to marry an American. So he'll be one of us soon.
What an Ancestry.com tree. It's got to be wild.
Right. So he's going to be joining us coming up this hour. Also, Freak Nation, Jack Roush received that hell of an award this past week. And we're going to highlight a past interview that we did with Jack Roush 20 years ago. Caught up with him.
Oh, 20?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It just shocked me. I was thinking you were, 10 some odd years ago.
Yeah.
20.
20 years ago.
Wow. All
Richie,
right.
how old were you 20 years ago, my friend?
15, almost 15. Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go.
Back to you.
Yeah, thank you. All right. So, yeah, Jack Roush, Freak Nation, will be joining us in the second hour. An individual that, frankly, once he found out about the Freak Nation, anytime we requested an interview with the guy, he never turned it down. It was as if it was a homecoming because the guy was a crap starter back in the day with NASCAR. Claimed NASCAR stole a championship from him and Mark Martin. I could go on and on and on. But regardless, a big salute to Jack Roush receiving a heck of an award from NASCAR last week that we will get to coming up probably in the second hour. Alex Palou is over $12 million lighter in the pocket due to a lawsuit crasher that finally came to fruition for those at McLaren, correct?
The McLaren F1 side, the McLaren IndyCar side. This has been a messy lawsuit since Richie, help me out. 2022 or 23?
23, I believe, because
Yeah.
I believe we'll get into it a little bit later, but
Yeah,
it's been in the offing for at least 2.5 plus years.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a mess. And honestly, I don't necessarily think I agree with how this all turned out. I
Well,
think there's something sus.
we will
Is
get to
do the
that.
kids still say sus?
Yeah, why not?
And speaking of IndyCar, there's a whole lot of conversation going on that IndyCar is being solicited to run around some monuments in the capital city of Washington, D.C.
Some monuments. Oh, just like big old Abe and Washington Monument. And
Richie sent us this text over the weekend. It was, or was it Friday? When the hell was that?
I don't know.
You said this text about the AI 250 or whatever the hell, and I didn't know what the heck you were talking about. And I finally had to dive down deep into some trail. I thought, oh, it's this video that the administration put together highlighting the possibility of an IndyCar race running around the streets of DC. This is getting some freaking legs, Freak Nation, and we will talk about that sometime here in the show. Yeah, you think NASCAR, IndyCar has an offseason? Hell no. And this guy to my left on TV, to your right, Freak Nation, he did not like the Fox IndyCar spot that came out highlighting one of the drivers that will be back in one of those McLarens, speaking of, right?
No, not a fan at all. It's a heck no from me.
Yowza.
We'll get into that. Yeah.
Man, it's not Joseph Newgarden-esque. That's what you base it on?
I don't want to give anything away. It's a lame spot. It's a lame promo, I think. I wasn't a big fan of it at all.
My God.
You lead off with Joseph Newgarden ripping out a heart, and then you go into what we have later on. We'll see. But
all right.
It didn't live up to the billing.
We'll get to that. And
it wasn't sperm. Let's put it that way.
Hey, how's it going, Freak Nation?
Or French kissing, right?
Or French kissing, exactly. Yeah. Talking about the Fox TV spots for the IndyCar series last year. They were very, 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 edgy.
Richie, I think Crash Gladys may need to refer to one manual before we debut on our new network using words. But you know what? Hold on a second.
Wait a minute.
It's in there. No, Crasher, don't.
I know. I stopped myself.
I almost went there.
Yep, so did I.
Getting back to the Daytona 24 hour. It was the Daytona 17.5 hour.
Yes.
Because there were 6.5 hours straight of a yellow because of fog at the Daytona 24 hour. It settled in. It started to come in before midnight, and I believe it was at 1:30 when the yellow dropped. And these freaking world-class drivers are in their race cars driving at, 60 miles an hour?
60 to 65. They should be, 175 to 200. Nope. For 6.5 hours, you're going granny speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
We'll be talking to Philip Ellis, your GTD winner, about that. But Crash had a great idea, and we'll get to this sometime in the show. That's 6.5 hours. That's probably my average sleep a week. You'll understand that once you hit 40, my man, or you start barking out kids. Your sleep schedule just stops. It just stops. So I think Crash had a great point. Was what could you get done in 6.5 hours? Right?
Besides following a pace car.
Think about that, man. Yeah. We get pissed off 30 minutes in traffic on the freaking 10 here in Phoenix.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I have recency bias on what I'm going to say what I will do in 6.5 hours.
Got it.
All good.
Well, and before we go to our first break, I've got to acknowledge this because typically Richie would be just freaking lit up, having a good time. His back would be straight and ready to roll. But Richie, I think we are having to face the inevitable that your Los Angeles Rams may not be moving on to the Super Bowl.
May not.
I think it's done.
Is it?
It's done.
Yeah.
Is it over?
Yeah.
Look at Richie.
Yeah. I'm not in a good mood. Usually I come in, I'm super excited. I'm getting people pissed off. Not today.
It's a somber Richie.
Yeah. I'm sad.
We don't like that.
Yeah. You can send me your Girl. I was eating some Girl Scout cookies before the show.
Yes.
So if anybody wants to send their condolences, they can send some Girl Scout cookies to the Freak Nation care of Richard C. Suave at theinternet.com. That'll make me feel.
Internet.com.
That'll make me feel better.
What's your cookie of choice?
Thin Mints.
Okay.
Thin Mints
it.
is my go-to.
Nice.
Yeah.
But we just ate a new one. I can't even think. Samosas.
Oh, the Samo was that?
No,
not Samoa.
This is a new one.
It's a brand new one. And
Yeah.
it's like a chocolate Oreo. It was delectable.
Yes.
It
Sounds
was
good.
really good. I'll find the name in the break.
All right.
'Cause I can't think of it right now. But yes, Girl Scout cookies are for sale in Phoenix. Sorry for those of you that are snowed in right now and you don't get Girl Scout cookies for another couple months. I really am sorry. I really am.
Richie, does it even come across your cerebellum when you're dropping that kind of language in a football game and a 12-year-old sitting on the couch about 15 feet from you?
No. You know what's great?
Mm-mm.
There's something, we're all of us in this room, as far as I know, none of us are replicants from Blade Runner. We're all human beings in this room. And
Replicants.
and there is all of us have like a human reaction when they get
Right.
emotional. And so
Mhm.
it's called being human, okay?
Mhm.
She's in middle school. She's going to hear the words eventually. It's fine.
Guess who she hears it from? Oh, that'd be Pops.
Well, but at least I apologize. But I'm not like 6 or 7 curse words in a row. I might go 3 max.
I wasn't even that freaking bad tonight.
He wasn't that.
Okay? I was just sad.
Was it because she was in eye shot of you most of the time?
I think because I was in, somewhat
Uh,
proper company. If I was watching it at home, it'd be good night.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Freak Nation coming up next. His name is Philip Ellis. The dude's got 3 different passports from where the guy's from, man. But more importantly, he was a highlight from Daytona 24-hour. He's a race winner with the GTT class and was chasing down a dude and bumping him up into the high banks. It's bananas. He joins us next. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for professional detail or shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
Straight Talk presents the math of more. Here's how it works. When you say yes to more with Straight Talk, you're left with more for all the other good stuff. So getting an unlimited plan starting at just $25 a month equals more savings for your family's weekend adventures. And with a network covered by Verizon, you can share more from wherever you go. It's simple math, really. More equals more with Straight Talk. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. The $25 plan requires a compatible unlocked device and a new line of service. Additional terms apply.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring.
Hello.
You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Here's a real-life story that affects 50% of all of us out there. It's called divorce. If you've gotten divorced and now you're struggling to pay your bills and your credit card debts are completely out of control, you need to call this special debt relief hotline right now. We help people with all kinds of money problems caused by different life challenges, a divorce, a job loss, even heavy medical bills. All these life events can sometimes financially stress you out and cause you to get out of control. We help people get their lives back by showing them ways to consolidate and reduce their debt, in some cases for a fraction of what they owe. If your credit card balances are more than $10,000, call us and learn how to reduce your credit card bills and monthly payments now. Here's our number.
Paid for by Debt.com. Call now at 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. That's 800-810-1820. 1820.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, Philip Ellis joining us here in the Freak Nation GTD winner at this afternoon's Daytona 24-hour. And the highlight, of course, is you taking the checkered. Now, let's stop BSing here. The highlight is you on the high banks there at the Daytona 24 trying to keep that freaking car on the road while bumping and banging your way to the lead, my friend.
I know. Let me tell you, it wasn't fun. Like in the moment, it was not fun. I, especially like then start finish, I was pretty sure I'm going to crash the car. And I'm sure that Nikki shared the same feeling. It was super intense, super hard fought battle. But I'm pretty sure like now when it all like settles down a little bit, it was a really good show for the fans, really good show for the manufacturers and the teams. And, I can't thank everyone enough. What great show we put on this weekend. And I'm also grateful that, we didn't have to go through penalties and we could sort it out on the track, which was great because it didn't stop there. It continued for another half an hour, which was a bit too long for me, but it was great. So just thankful.
Let's talk about that final stint with you behind the wheel because it was action-packed. I mean, you guys were battling in the road course section. We just talked about the high banks battle where you guys both went a little sideways with 10 minutes to go in the race. What is going through your mind? Because you're exhausted. This is a 24-hour race. I know you get little pockets where you can sleep, but overall you are physically and mentally exhausted. So what is going through your mind every time that Nicky Tim was right up on you?
Well, in essence, you're just trying to learn where your car has strengths and weaknesses. And of course, they're the driver. And up to that point, I haven't seen Nicky on track the entire race. So it was my first getting to know each other for this weekend. To kind of learn where we have our strength and where he has. So it was pretty obvious that they were really fast in the oval. So we had to get a good run out of the bus stop. And I was lucky the first time I got past, I just had an opportunity with the prototype, basically pushing him wide a little into 6, coming into the oval. So I just took my chance, and then because I knew we didn't have the top end to really pass him on the oval or really pressure him. So I had to use that. And already there, we started door banging a little bit, but, good hard racing. And I at that point, I just enjoyed the fight. And to be honest with you, once I passed him, I expected to pull away. And 2 minutes later, he was right next to me again. So surprise, surprise. And then the battle continued for, I don't know what it was, half an hour, 20 minutes. I have no idea. For me, it was forever. But it was just a great fight. And, in retrospect, I really enjoyed it as well with Nicky. And that we both kept it clean. I think the incident in the oval we had especially I went a little bit sideways after the contact was just, a little misjudgment, unfortunately. At that point, you're just trying to break the other guy's run and trying to stop him with side drafting each other. And so you have to get super close to each other. And to be honest, I think I misjudged that a little bit. And I'm just super happy that we both kept it on track and could finish it on track as well without having him involved.
It's, people can call it aggressive. People can call it whatever they want. The bottom line is it's racing. You're going for the win. Anybody else would do the same thing. So, but what I'm laughing at right now, though, is I just talked about how mentally drained you guys are, yet you're taking us through this like it's another science experiment. And you're giving us details like you're not mentally drained right now, are you?
It'll hit me tomorrow. Like I'm probably 3 beers down so far, dehydrated. So I'm confident.
A few beers down. What flavor?
I have no idea. Whatever I was handed.
That's always the worst question too. What do you have? What flavor? Well, it's free, damn it, right?
It's free cold beer after 24-hour race. It's the best.
Hey, coming into this race again, Philip Ellis joining us here in the Freak Nation, your GTD winner, and frankly, the best race on the track, Freak Nation. But coming into this race, was there talk about the possibility of fog coming in here and taking over a quarter of the race?
Not as far as I'm aware. I don't know if other people had it on the radars a bit more than we had. But we were super surprised that it took so long. And to be honest, we didn't expect to go yellow at all with the fog. I know we have, when we have lightning in the surrounding, we go full course yellow as well, or even red flag the race, which is typical over here. And it's just something you have to deal with. But maybe it was just me that wasn't aware of it, because it's none of my business that what weather's coming in unless it's a big rainstorm. But no, we were kind of surprised by it, and wasn't a fun part of the race. Obviously, nobody enjoyed tucking away behind the safety car in the fog, and just every other lap going into pit lane. Let's see if we go back to green, and I don't think anybody enjoyed that part of the race. So it's unfortunate that we only had a couple of hours of actual racing this year. But on the other hand, I'm sure we had a great show at the end.
Philip, I get pissed and want to start throwing cans and everything in my car at drivers when there's 10-minute delay on the freaking highway, man. You guys are in that son of a bee for 6.5 hours, dude.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you the good upside of it was we got a little of a break. So actually the guys in the car were like, I need to go to the restroom. I'm hungry, because you're not focused. You're not focused on racing. You're just doing laps behind the safety car with going 60. And so the time doesn't pass. You get tired, you get, groggy, you get hungry, thirsty, whatever, because you're not focused on racing. And then on the other hand, the guys had a good break, be it in pit wall or also in the RV, just getting a bit more sleep. So it had its upsides as well.
No, that's very true. I saw some teams were reading books to each other, like, Cat in the Hat. Yep. Others were playing games like Guess Who. What was Windward Racing doing?
I tried to get out of the car because I needed to go to the restroom. So I was begging for a driver to come down and then get me out of the freaking car. Because again, you're just not focused on racing. So then everything hits once. And once I got out, I think I just turned off the radio because I didn't want to listen to Russell cracking jokes while I tried to sleep. So you guys have to ask Russell, I think, what was going on, because I think he and Luki spent a lot of time behind the safety car.
Clearly not a good joke teller.
I'm sure he cracked some great jokes, but I was just tired at that point, and I wanted to close my eyes and rest.
Hey, Philip, you're not unfamiliar about taking home the hardware at the Daytona 24 Hour. This is your what? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many? What? Third? Second? Third? You're third, but you've got the GTD championship 2 times over.
Yep.
When you compare this race again, it's tough to compare, but with all the traffic on this race course versus maybe the Petite or Sebring, do you race this a little different, or is it still just grip and rip with your time in that Mercedes?
It's definitely different to any other track. I mean, the first most basic thing is you have to set up the car very differently, just because of the oval. So it doesn't handle as nice in the infield as it would in any other track. So it's super low cambers and it's super high pressure. So the two of the worst that you don't want on the car. So it's a handful to drive in the infield, and it showed today. But on the other hand, Daytona is probably one of the best raceable tracks. So you have a lot of overtaking opportunities. You have a lot of drafting going on. The traffic with the prototypes is relatively flowing, that we don't have in every track. So it makes for great racing. And I think that's why everybody enjoys coming to Daytona so much. If you just do qualifying, it's quite a boring track, unfortunately. But the race is it's good. It opens up possibilities to do well if you don't have the fastest car, and it just looks great and it's fun to race as well. So I think that's the biggest one.
And following up on the different tracks and setup, curious how Philip Ellis uses those slower cars for passing or drafting or setting up to make that pass somewhat in your category.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, you might not have the ultimate pace, and it puts people offline, and it just opens that little window of opportunity to stick your nose in where usually you couldn't, either because your car's not good enough in a corner or because the guy in front of you just defends well. And if you have a prototype next to him and just basically blocks the line for him to defend, you might sneak up behind the prototype and just follow him through. And that's exactly what happened with Nicky and I in the first place, why pass him the first time. And it's a fun little addition, I think, to racing and racecraft that we have in sports car racing, where you have to deal with those prototypes and you have to manage where they overtake and how they overtake you. And usually the first couple of hours, we usually say the first 22 hours probably in Daytona are very calm and very timid, and then it just switches. And it's not us in the field against each other, but it's more the prototypes and how they interact with us. And you just have to adapt to that and try to manage the flow a little bit. And I think you see that some drivers that don't do that a lot struggle with it a bit more than others. And I think it's just another strategic tool that you have as a driver to use.
You know, you share the birthday of some very important people around the planet, right?
Oh boy, here
I have no idea.
Yeah, John Lennon.
Oh,
that's a good one.
And me, Kenny Sargent.
Oh, well, there you go. Two of my favorites.
Well, Ellis, look, I love your attitude. We've been doing Speed Freaks for 25 freaking years. This is your first time here in the Freak Nation. I don't know what the hell took you so damn long. Maybe you just trying to crash every GT car on the track probably got you in here, right?
Oh,
maybe you should have told me last year after Sebring with Jack.
Right.
it's not wrong.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive style. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the glass ceiling breakers, the minivan mothers, the scheduled jugglers, and everyday all-stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder. Now just $189. Built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring.
Hello.
You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Hey, listen, are you a 50-year-old person looking for term life insurance? Then you need to talk to Bob. Bob specializes in helping people find $1 million or more of term life insurance for a couple of $100 a month. Look, you need to know there's a price war in the term life insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call Bob and he'll shop and see how much money he can save you. Look, this could be the last term life insurance policy you ever have. Your rates are guaranteed for the next 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rates for the next 20 years. And if you're a smoker or your health is not perfect, Bob has great rates for you too. So for $1 million of term life insurance coverage for a couple of $100 a month, call Bob right now. 800-890-5075. 800-890-5075. 800-890-5075. That's 800-890-5075. Paid for by Term Direct.
The 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500 and Celebration of 66 Festival, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, this segment brought to you by good friends at General Tire. Go to GeneralTire.com. Check out a line of tires to keep your rides on the road in this filthy as heck weather. Go to GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com, Freak Nation. And Crasher said it at the top of the show, man. Sorry for you folks that are freaking locked in with this. Do they have a name for this damn storm, Crasher?
I thought it was Fern, which is really ironic to me. Winter Storm Fern, when all the ferns that existed in this swath area are literally they're being snapped because of the ice. I'm seeing power lines down with just massive amounts of ice around them. I'm seeing animals covered in ice. People trying to help these animals get ice off them. It's just look at go on. So if you're a Twitter person, if you're an X person, go on social media and look at some of these videos from Nashville. It's insane what I'm seeing. Massive trees down because of the weight of the ice. This storm is unbelievable. And yeah, Fern, you asked me about the name and then I went into this diatribe. But what is this storm going to do over the next week because of all the trees down, because of all the power out? Are we going to get the sports that we want over this week coming up? Whether that's basketball or whether that's something that may affect our audience.
We will talk about that in the second hour, how Cole Cusimano, this might affect the freaking clash that's happening in a week from now.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good. Might have to go back to LA for this event, if possible.
And why would you name a storm that's wreaking havoc? You need to have a badass storm name center, like to choose from Armageddon or the Black Widow Spider Ice Stormageddon. Why? You have Fern. I mean, I was
Winter Storm Fern.
When I hear Fern, I think of someone that's older than 95 years old. But freaking Fern's wreaking havoc with folks like a 9-year-old rolling through a china shop, man.
Wasn't Fern the name of the little girl in Charlotte's Web? That ring a bell? No?
Serious?
Fern?
Charlotte's Web reference on Speed Freaks. Okay.
There we go.
How does that happen?
When we're talking about ice.
That's to diminish the name once again. Yeah.
So speaking of weather, Freak Nation, 6.5 hours of the Daytona 24-hour. You heard that interview with Philip Ellis. You heard that interview where we were trying to figure out what the hell he was doing for 6.5 hours in a damn race car going 60 miles an hour around the track at Daytona 24-hour. That's 6.5 hours. And I said it earlier. That's about an average sleep pattern for me. 6.5 hours overnight, which is cool. I'd love to get 6.5 hours straight.
Yeah.
But the way it is right now, look, watch Richie. Richie, go ahead. Just go step across. We see your hat, man. Just go ahead and step in.
Wave.
Yeah.
Give us a wave.
Yeah. There we go. There's Richie.
Live TV, folks.
Yeah,
Live radio.
Richie had to do do some tech for us real quick. But my point was 6.5 hours sleeping would be fantastic. But 6.5 hours in a freaking car, bruh.
Oh, no.
If you're not... That's one reason why I don't like running. I've always liked riding my bike or something that gets me there faster when I'm working out. But man, if you're in a race car at 60 miles an hour when you can go 200, you're just sitting there going, oh my God, it's a fog. What's going on? Oh my God.
So some of the teams would play games
during
this 6.5 hour, I don't even know what you want to call it, Boar Fest. They would play Guess Who? Am I a character from Star Wars? Nope. Am I I mean, just, random games that kids love to play like that. Some were reading books to each other. One book, Cat in the Hat.
Hey.
I mean, at least they were getting creative, but yeah, that would not be fun.
Yeah, keep talking, Crasher. I'm going to do something because that's a perfect segue into this. Just keep talking, please.
Okay.
Just keep talking.
Well, I mean, bottom line, if you were a driver in that situation, what would you want said to you? I would want You brought up some a badass storm name. Hold on. I would want some thumping music because I would not be able to handle 6.5 hours of.
All right, go to single shot of me. All right.
boy.
This is what when you're in line for an hour and a half in line for the Incredicoaster at
Disneyland.
or was it California Adventure?
That's California Adventure, yeah.
You're with a bunch of kids and you have nothing to freaking do for 60 minutes. We do this.
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
What is that game called?
Heads up.
Heads up, yeah.
Heads up,
yes.
And then you bang. If you're watching this on TV, bang. You
Oh,
see
flying
exactly-
a kite. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Watching TV. Oh, meanwhile, yes. Hey, what are you
There you
doing
go.
right
watching
now?
TV.
Watching Speed Freaks.
It's stuff like that when you're stuck in a car.
Yeah.
But in a race, you got to sit there and listen to your freaking spotter and try to keep your eyes on the foggy road. It's like, what the hell do you do for 6.5 hours in a race car? In a race car.
And this is a record. They've never had. I don't even know what the closest would be. Maybe 2 hours of a yellow flag, 6.5 hours of a full course yellow. That is just murderous to drivers. That's horrible.
Koku Shimano sitting all fat and happy in that chair. You kind of slumped over. You all right, man?
I'm comfortable. That's why I'm slumped over here.
Could you do that for what would you do for 6.5 hours? What can you do for 6.5 hours?
I usually break down time intervals in terms of movies. So in the spirit of the weather, I'd probably watch John Carpenter's The Fog 4 times over.
Hey.
But if I'm talking about like doing something I want to do, I'd fly to New York to Newark Airport and I'd get a nice whole pizza at Nino's, my favorite pizza spot.
Could you
That's
fly?
a great
Could you
idea.
fly to New York from Phoenix and get to
Nino's? Yeah.
To
Nino's, yeah.
Nino's?
Oh, yeah.
Within 6.5 hours?
Yeah. It's a 5.5 hour flight, usually 5, maybe if you get the right tailwind. And then, quick ride over to Staten Island and get some pizza.
Just hop in an Uber right from the airport
Yes.
straight to the pizza place.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always the move.
I think that would be right at 6.5 hours. That'd be perfect.
Perfect timing, right?
It shows you where we are in our life. My first reference is sleep. His is freaking pizza and eating. Crasher, what about you? 6.5 hours.
I'm full on recency bias. Excuse me as I have a frog in my throat. I am full on recency bias because I can't get enough of it. I would watch my Indiana Hoosiers in that championship game for 2.5 more times. I've already watched it 3 or 4 times. I would do 2.5 more because that's how much I loved that game. So yeah.
Oh, Richie.
What, you think these are boring answers?
No, it's first. Okay, so the trip to the Grand Canyon. First of all, Cole, have you been to the Grand Canyon?
Yes.
Kenny, have you been to the Grand Canyon?
Yes.
Crash has been to the Grand Canyon. So all of you been. Cody, Big Ass Johnson behind the 1s and 2s. Have you been to the Grand Canyon?
I've been around it, not inside it.
Been around it. I don't know what that means. Okay. I was about to make a joke that probably wasn't going to be good for air.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is a 3.5 hour drive to get to the Grand Canyon, which I recommend everybody does. So you could do
From
that.
Phoenix,
Yes, from Phoenix. So can't quite go there and back from Phoenix, but close enough. But the thing I did bring up, Cole, you brought up movies. The first original Star Wars trilogy comes in a grand total of 6 hours and 28 minutes.
Oh,
perfect.
It is perfect.
Oh, okay. With 2 minutes to spare.
Exactly.
Actually, no, because this was 6 hours and 33 minutes, so 5 minutes.
I
to
have
spare.
5 minutes.
That's
the pee break in between movies.
That's the OGs.
Yep.
Yes,
That's the originals.
Yes.
The good ones.
The original.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
A New Hope. Empire Strikes Back. Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
6 hours, 28 minutes.
6 hours, 20 minutes.
I was going to say, Crasher, imagine being, well, I can't say this on the air because I was about to offend half the freaking country. When did the first game start today? What time?
1 p.m.
Okay. When did the Rams Seattle's game start?
I don't know what you're talking about.
4:30.
I did.
It's basically
I blacked out for a few hours, so I have no idea what happened.
So again, we're talking mountain time because some people are like, it didn't start at 1, it started at 3. So it was basically 6.5 hours for the two.
We could watch. We could
division
watch
games.
the NFC AFC Championship in the 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
Cody, give us something. 6.5 hours. Cody Big Ass Johnson back there. What do you got? 6.5 hours.
I don't know. You could probably burn a turkey. That's all I could really come up with. 6.5 hours. As soon as you sent that text earlier, that's all I could think about was that's about how long it takes to screw up a turkey real good.
Well, yeah, because what size turkeys are you cooking, man?
Honestly, I'm not cooking them. I just know about the time limits. So
6.5. That's like a 40-pound turkey.
you see how big I am? I eat.
Yeah.
We eat some big turkeys. Come on now.
Jeez.
Stick with us.
All right. Well, Freak Nation, there you go. 6.5 hours in a race car. And that's the main point that I'm trying to make is the cars can get upwards of 200 miles an hour. And if you're used to doing that on that track at Daytona and you're stuck behind the car for 6.5 hours, man.
That's not fun.
In the fog. And it's not just like you're cruising down the road to hit up Jacksonville from day. You're stuck on the same damn track the whole time, 6.5 hours. I know first world problems. I get it, man. Half these happy bastards are worth millions of dollars anyway. Well, at least the freaking team owners are. Roger Penske.
Nope, that'd be in the billions.
Winner.
Yeah. 3 in a row, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got a break, don't we? Yeah, we got a break. Freak Nation. Speaking of Roger Penske, McLaren. No. Cole Cusimano is not happy with a certain garbage truck IndyCar Series driver. We'll explain that. And Alex Palou, $12 million lighter in the pocket. That's next. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring. Hello. You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add one 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. One bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
What's better than one win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get one line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder. Now just $189. Built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive style. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500 and Celebration of 66 Festival, June 6th and 7th. the NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th, and the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the Glass Ceiling Breakers, the Minivan Mothers, the Schedule Jugglers, and everyday All-Stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Hey, man, we could not do this without our friends at Lucas Oil. Go to lucasoil.com. That's lucasoil.com and check out a line of products to keep all of your rides fat and happy. That's lucasoil.com. Straight from the Lucas Oil Studios, Freak Nation. Lucas Oil, lucasoil.com. Crasher, our friend Alex Palou, three-time IndyCar Series champion.
Three-time consecutive. Quattro.
Okay, correct. Thank you for correcting me there. Yes, you're right. God.
Tonight is about a lot of three-time consecutives. The 24-hour winners, Alex Palou. Continue.
He is now 12 million and change lighter in the pocket due to a lawsuit that McLaren filed against him, actually reneging on becoming the driver of McLaren at the time and working his way into the Formula One paddock. Is that true?
Well, I should have brushed up on this a little bit more. There are some nuances here
Right.
that you need to be aware of. He was led to believe, and this was part of the lawsuit, just that he was led to believe that via Zach Brown, that he would be able to join the McLaren IndyCar team and as well become a test driver for Formula One. So a lot of F1 in there, a lot of IndyCar in there. He would leave Ganassi in order to do all of this. None of that came to fruition because Chip Ganassi found out about it and snagged him back. Alex Palou has never, ever said that he did not breach his contract. Yes, there was something to happen with Palou and the McLaren group, IndyCar and Formula One side, both of them. But where this gets really sticky is that the McLaren side was crying about how much money they were out because they had to search for a replacement driver. Who won the title last season in Formula One? Oh, that's right. His replacement driver or alleged Formula One replacement driver. And did they really have an issue in IndyCar? Because in these court documents that were made available, suddenly now it's been noted that, Christian Lundgaard was secretly signed away from Ray Hall, Letterman, Lanigan and into the McLaren family a year before he actually signed. McLaren, you were not out any money. You were not out any heartache or business snafu, whatever you were calling it, in trying to, so hard to find another driver. This whole thing, Cole, really irked me because they are now $12 million to the positive. Ganassi and Palou are now out that money for, to me, what seemed like a very whiny crybaby excuse.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And it makes me even hate F1 that much more, honestly. But I was trying to go do some numbers here because I'm a big numbers guy, obviously. And you know how I love my legalities and all that. So I wanted to kind of break it down into numerical terms here. And I was trying to see just how much of an impact this had on Alex Palou and his winnings from last year. Obviously, IndyCar champion, won 8 races, Indy 500. I couldn't get specifics on how much the champion wins, but I did read that the winner of the races gets between 30 and 50% commission of the total race winnings. The most being the Indy 500, which was just over $4 million. Yes. So you're talking about that being a quarter of what the 12 million paid to the lawsuit was. So this was a really hefty fine for Alex Palou. And like you said, it just seems kind of like suspect and honestly just like irrelevant. Like they shouldn't have been a thing, being that they were well off with Lundgaard and Alex Palou really didn't do much to really hurt them in a way, you know? So I was just kind of confused by it all.
And he never shied away from, yes, I breached this contract.
Right.
And I'm back with Ganassi, and I'm actually kind of happy how this all came about. He's not trying to get away with anything. He's not trying to lie or anything. But yeah, how the McLaren team on both the F1 side and the IndyCar side were just so, I'm looking for a word and I can't find it, but they were digging so hard to make this so much worse than it needed to be. They didn't have to push this that far with him.
No, not at all. Not at all. And like both teams ended up winning when it mattered. So it's like just like a net loss, I feel like, for McLaren, but whatever. I don't know.
And everything we're reading is that Chip Ganassi is going to help pay for this $12 million.
Oh yeah, I'm
12
sure.
million plus, I should say.
IndyCar's current GOAT. Why not, right? I mean, he has the money. Alex Palou has the money. I mean, like I said, it just seems like it was, I don't know, didn't need to happen.
It did. It's sour grapes, and it was something that was dragged through the mud. Now, there could still be something that's on the IndyCar side of things, because right now, this was the court in London. This primarily, I don't know, had some Formula One tentacles. Will we see something else come about in Indianapolis or in New York? I would say never say never.
Yeah, it's possible. And also, like,
there will be appeals.
There were reports that it was originally $30 million he was going to be fined. So it's like, I don't know. It's just all stupid to me.
It is stupid.
But one of the points that I was making, Crasher, was who's actually going to help pay for this?
It's Ganassi.
Is Ganassi going to?
Yeah.
Is that what you're hearing? That he's going to pay the majority of it? Is it going to be taken on?
I've read a couple of different things. I've read that he's going to pay for it all. I've read that he's going to help him. He's going to make a nice assist. I don't know. All I know is Chip's going to help.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a lot of freaking blow, man. 12 million. You've won 4 championships, 3 in a row. $12 freaking million. I get it, but
it was like Cole and I said, it was unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
The teams don't need the 12 million as much as an individual does.
No, not at all.
It was just stupid. It was whiny baby stupidity.
Are you
McLaren.
and my apologies for not paying attention to your complete dialogue there, but how much of this is the ego of big man boss with McLaren?
Zach Brown?
Yeah.
A lot of it. Absolutely. Oh, he got his feelings hurt.
Well, but listen, I've got to think about what he was up against, where he had probably promised some sponsors that this guy's coming on board.
And you think that they didn't make out okay with Lando Norris and Christian Lundgaard?
All right.
I mean, I think they did okay. I don't think they are $12 million down because of this entire situation. A couple million, maybe? I don't even think that. McLaren is completely fine in both Formula One and IndyCar. Unnecessary.
Mm.
And if you take a step back and think about this, that some drivers can do this. They can compartmentalize and separate themselves when it comes to issues like this.
Denny Hamlin.
But perfect example. But when you have disdain with another team owner and maybe some other drivers to try and contain that inside the cockpit, like you're coming up on Pato Award, and I know you're 200 miles an hour, but still, is there something that comes to mind like your boss is an a-hole, man? He stuck me for $12 million.
All he has to do is come up on the rear of any of those papaya cars and just, let me give you a little love tap. Use my little chrome horn.
Anytime the human emotion is involved in something like this, I can't be so certain that something can't happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And with that emotion, I've used it as an example with you before, Cole, where if you come out and say that I'm a so-and-so, and then you walk back into the studio and everything's cool, well, you think everything's cool. I may smile and say, yeah, everything's great. But in the back of my mind, I'm going, what an a-hole, man.
Right.
I'm going to do my best to freaking make you look like an a-hole on camera.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like I don't know if there'd be any retaliation per se with the McLaren cars and Palou.
No,
but,
I'm saying that.
No, I know.
I'm not saying retaliation. No. Don't get me wrong.
No, I know.
I basically said it, but I was saying it in jest.
No, I know. But I just think this redemption or revenge arc for Palou is going to be insane this year. He had this ridiculous season, 2025, won all these races, won the championship, won the 500, and just thinking of what he can do beyond that, this season is making me very excited for this upcoming season.
Yes. And again, one of the nicest guys, if not the nicest guy in the paddock.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
you want to see him win.
I guess. Do we know that? Once he closes the door to the bus, could he be a gigantic a-hole?
He's covering up a lot if he is an a-hole underneath the facade of nothing but smiles.
Yeah,
Come on.
I was hoping to get to, speaking of papaya, I was hoping to get to, we'll save it for next hour, Freak Nation.
Yeah.
Right?
The commercial?
Yeah, the commercial.
Garbage commercial?
The infamous one.
Yeah. We'll save that for the second hour. Speaking of the second hour, Freak Nation, in our pre-show meeting, I didn't realize that this weather fern, as they're calling it, the storm,
Storm fern.
was wreaking so much havoc that it may affect the kickoff of NASCAR's season. We'll talk about that coming up next hour. Also, Jack Roush, an OG in the Freak Nation, never turned down an interview with us once he found out that, yeah, we get it, he gets it, and that he was actually part of the Freak Nation with his attitude and the way he looked and talked and so forth. There were a lot of drivers that drove for the guy, didn't necessarily like his attitude, but man, he could put together some winning race cars. He's going to join us. We're going to go back 20 years from the interview for the second hour with Jack Roush. Also, we're going to get to your freaking garbage truck.
Okay.
Commercial.
Good.
Okay.
I'm just stewing right now with my anger for this thing.
Big second hour of the Freaks coming up. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the glass ceiling breakers, the minivan mothers, the schedule jugglers, and everyday all-stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive style. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
At Straight Talk, we get it. You say no a lot. Mom, can I get a tarantula? No. Coffee? No. So we're giving you more reasons to say yes, like a free 5G phone with real unlimited data with select plan activation. Can I use the free phone? Yes. See? Doesn't it feel good to say yes to more? Absolutely. Face tattoo? Absolutely not. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. In-store activation of Gold Unlimited plan or higher required. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder. Now just $189. Built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring. Hello. You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500 and Celebration of 66 Festival, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
Next to your vehicle's engine, your transmission is the most important component of your car. If it's not properly maintained, your car may not shift properly. By adding Lucas Transmission Fix to your transmission, it cleans and lubricates sticking valves for proper shifting, renews worn bands to stop slipping, stops seal leaks, will not void new car warranties, contains no harmful solvents. Lucas Transmission Fix. It works.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined. Ladies and gentlemen.
Let me tell you, it wasn't fun. Like in the moment, it was not fun. I, especially like then start finish, I was pretty sure I'm going to crash the car.
Except he had that blood vessel about the size of your index finger popped out on the side of his neck and his face was red as a tomato. He says, okay, son of a bitch. He said his wife was having a baby. What's your excuse?
Try again. Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios, driven by General Tire. Rock on, baby!
I am serious.
Here's the Freaks.
Big second hour, Freak Nation. Coming up this hour, Jack Roush receives one of the biggest awards in NASCAR, and we'll address that coming up with Jack Roush. 20 years ago, over 20 years ago, we spent some good time with Jack Roush, and I've said it in the first hour. Anytime we've asked the guy to come into the Freak Nation, he would. He was an OG freak, and now 20 years later, it's 2005. It was at Grand Prairie Ford, of course. But the highlight of Jack Roush receiving the France Award from NASCAR. We'll talk about that coming up this hour. Also coming up, when you have an individual that has a fan base like nobody's business, especially outside of the United States of America, I'm talking about Pato O'Ward, all right? You from a series standpoint, a sponsors standpoint, you want this guy to win. You want this guy to win championships because the crossover appeal that he has, not just for younger people, but for younger people outside of the United States of America. More importantly, south of the border in Mexico and Latin America countries. Fox debuted his personality spot, dropped it online during the Daytona 24-hour. And I was curious on the reaction by those online and, of course, those sitting around me right now. And one Cole Cusimano wasn't real happy with the garbage truck portrayal by Pato O'Ward. What's the problem that you have with Pato O'Ward?
Well, no, it's not. First of all, it's not fully Pato O'Ward. You set that up perfectly. You did a great job saying why he's such a popular driver,
Yes.
why he's so great for the sport of IndyCar and racing in general. You should depict that in your promo. Show him with the fans, flying his colors. Instead, you have him ripping around a neighborhood in a freaking dump truck. And this is off the heels of a really awesome promo for IndyCar season where Joseph Newgarden's ripping out hearts and there's blood dripping down his freaking chin. It's just a very lame commercial. And I don't know. Should I go into some?
Go
some
for it.
Okay. I was gonna say, it is a good depiction of his personality in the paddock, because for those who cover the sport of IndyCar and racing, he's not the most personable. So maybe that's why they chose the dump truck to display in the commercial. But I think if they were to play into his background and the fan
does it make him
that,
more of the people though? Like, man, this guy, he'll even drive a dump truck,
it's a garbage truck, right?
drive a garbage truck. He's blue collar as they come.
I just think it was a boring commercial compared to the Joseph Newgarden one that we got weeks ago. That was my whole gripe with that commercial, honestly.
Do we have it?
It's lame. It's lame.
Do we have? Okay, well, all right. Here is the Pato Award Fox IndyCar spot that dropped earlier Sunday morning.
Pato Award was born with his foot on the gas. Give him a stretch of asphalt, and he'll drag your eyeballs along for the ride. He once met Slow. They didn't get along. You could put him behind any wheel, and he wouldn't just have fans. He'd have groupies. Fortunately for the people of Concord Acres, Pato didn't choose to spend his life driving here. He chose to do it here. You want to catch Pato Award? Welcome to the fastest racing on earth.
Concord Acres, aka Pasadena, California.
Right.
What I love about the commercial is Dropkick Murphys.
That's the best part.
Yes, exactly. I could listen to that song all day. That's what I would do for 6.5
And you know what?
hours.
We'll probably get popped on YouTube for airing that, won't we?
Oh no, it's in the
Yes.
commercial.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. And we go ahead, Crusher. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying it's different. It's I like it just because it's different, but it's definitely not one of my favorites.
You have any more, Cole Cusimano?
All I have is that it's lame. You talked about at the top, the Alex Palou French kissing one. I can't say the word, can I? The other one.
Yeah, you can. Go ahead.
The sperm one as well.
Joseph
and
Newgarden.
Joseph Newgarden with the heart. So it's like you stack those three compared to that one. It's just lame. That's it. That's all I got.
Do we have the Newgarden? Might as well get popped twice, man. Right? This is the Joseph Newgarden that dropped a couple of weeks ago. Was it
last week?
Was it last week? Okay, recently. This is the latest, or this was the first one that dropped this year with Joseph Newgarden with IndyCar.
Meet IndyCar champ Joseph Newgarden. His neighbors would say he's perfect. Perfect life, perfect hair, perfect abs. But killers often hide in plain sight.
Welcome to the party here.
See, Joseph once ripped a man's heart out on live TV. His pulse never got above 85. So if you ever do meet Joseph Newgarden, pray to God you meet him here and not here. You want to catch Joseph Newgarden? Welcome to the fastest racing on earth.
Okay, putting them back to back. I get it now. They are trying to make them like normal people, but this is their real life. It's on the racetrack. So yeah, comparing normal la-di-da lifestyles to bam, 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 200 miles an hour. That's what they're trying
Here's
to do.
my question for you, Cole. I saw somebody point this out on the internet as well, on the Twitter. And they were explaining how there's a massive, massive difference in the quality between that Pato spot, the Joseph spot, and anything NASCAR is trying to do when it comes to its marketing. The Clash is a week from today on February 1st, and nobody knows about it because Fox isn't going to marketing it worth anything.
Yep.
Same thing with the Daytona 500. We saw one spot during the championship game days, like, oh, Daytona 500 is next week. Kurt Russell's going to be there. That's cool. And that's NASCAR's marketing for the Clash, and then the Daytona 500 is like non-existent. Does not get me fired up whatsoever.
Yeah.
Hold on, though. Is it NASCAR's marketing and IndyCar's marketing, or is it Fox's marketing? Because, again, Fox does own a third of the IndyCar series.
Yes.
But is it – I don't think that's a NASCAR problem. I think that's a Fox and NASCAR problem.
Which is crazy
It's
because
crazy,
because Fox
absolutely.
just spent a boatload of money for rights for the NASCAR TV rights. Insane. Insane. And yeah, so that was my question to you, Cole. As I saw people complaining about that. I tend to agree that I will take that Pato spot 11 times out of 10, despite it was a little bit triggering because let me explain. Don't scoff at me. Don't scoff at me. It was triggering because you know what the first thing I thought of when I watched that this morning when I woke up? It's like, why is Pato driving the 2025 Ferrari?
Oh.
OMG.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
That's your joke, everybody.
Good stuff.
That's your joke. Good night.
No, Richie, I 1000% agree. The only marketing I've seen for NASCAR and the 500 is during these NFL playoff games, and I have seen exactly zero advertisements for the Clash, which, as you mentioned, is next week. So NASCAR is doing an awful job. They're allegedly spending millions on a new marketing team.
Oh, valid.
To boost that and advertising, and we've seen nothing besides the NFL games. So I totally agree. Stacking up IndyCar and NASCAR advertisements, they're winning big time.
I forgot about that. So yes, some of this has to fall back on NASCAR. It's not just a NASCAR and Fox thing, because you're right. What's with all these new agencies? What about these great ideas to bring you back to your roots?
Mm-hmm.
We don't see any of it. You can't wait until your first event and then start to show those commercials or those anything. Yeah, I completely spaced that, Cole.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good point. Where's the work that they're supposed to be doing?
Yep.
Well, let's just say that something's transpired over the last 5 or 6 weeks when an individual that was the commissioner of NASCAR took the headlines and took the freaking air out of the room with that series.
Absolutely.
As it's happening, that they had to make some adjustments on the fly, man.
But it's not like you have your entire marketing team in the courtroom with Denny Hamlin and 2311 and Front Row Motorsports. Your marketing team, your team should be able to compartmentalize their jobs. They should be off the agency.
You would hope so, wouldn't you? But when your top dog, third top dog, but behind France and Kennedy France with Phelps, when it shook the foundation of Daytona, whatever the address is.
I mean, I feel like that's
Daytona Boulevard.
a flimsy argument, though, because then you should want to work 10 times harder to get that taste out of everyone's mouth and market the sport properly. I don't know.
Who was it? Was it Fox? Somebody said you need to get. Somebody told O'Donnell and I believe Jim France as well. You need to get back into the good graces of your garage.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right.
It's not happening.
Freak Nation, Jack Roush. We've been talking about him for an hour and a half. We're going to get to this interview coming up. Just took home some major hardware from NASCAR. We'll get to that coming up. Also, more on IndyCar and how this weather may affect the Clash. Kind of blew me away in our pre-show conversation. It's all coming up. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for a professional detailer shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
Straight Talk presents the math of more. Here's how it works. When you say yes to more with Straight Talk, you're left with more for all the other good stuff. So getting an unlimited plan starting at just $25 a month equals more savings for your family's weekend adventures. And with a network covered by Verizon, you can share more from wherever you go. It's simple math, really. More equals more with Straight Talk. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. The $25 plan requires a compatible unlocked device and a new line of service. Additional terms apply.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link. And you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring.
Hello.
You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freak's YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Here's a real-life story that affects 50% of all of us out there. It's called divorce. If you've gotten divorced and now you're struggling to pay your bills and your credit card debts are completely out of control, you need to call this special debt relief hotline right now. We help people with all kinds of money problems caused by different life challenges, a divorce, a job loss, even heavy medical bills. All these life events can sometimes financially stress you out and cause you to get out of control. We help people get their lives back by showing them ways to consolidate and reduce their debt, in some cases for a fraction of what they owe. If your credit card balances are more than $10,000, call us and learn how to reduce your credit card bills and monthly payments now. Here's our number.
Paid for by Debt.com. Call now at 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. That's 800-810-1820.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, our good friends at Lucas Oil remind you, man, this horrible weather, it can wreak havoc inside your engine in that hot rod of yours. Go to lucasoil.com. That's lucasoil.com to check out a line of products to keep your hot rods on the road in this crappy weather, man. Go to lucasoil.com. That's lucasoil.com. Crasher, when I mention Jack Roush to you, what comes to mind?
Storytelling.
Yeah.
Absolute one of the greatest storytellers. And it's not just because of his experiences.
Right.
It's because of the way that it's not embellishing. It's just how he colors things up. And he's just a damn good storyteller.
What about you, Cole Cusimano? Jack Roush.
Cat in the Hat, that iconic hat that he wears. I grew up watching NASCAR in the late 2000s, and so it was referred to as the Cat in the Hat. So just seeing that hat walking around the garage area and just being one of the more personable team owners, it seems like.
He's been coming to the Freak Nation for many, many years. Hasn't been in here probably the last 7 or 8.
Right.
And we don't need to get into that. But last week, it was, I think the press release dropped with Jack Roush. He was honored with the NASCAR's prestigious Bill France Award of Excellence. We can get into some details of that after this interview. But I thought, man, you just can't get enough of Jack Roush.
Right.
And he hits on a story, Crasher, in this interview where I was hanging with a guy at Grand Prairie Ford prior to a race at Texas Motor Speedway 20 plus years ago. It's yours truly and Jack Roush, Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
And there are cats in this room that don't realize that you got your start in this snappy little Falcon going down a quarter mile with about $5 in your pocket.
Yeah, I had all that going for me. I had a 292 Ford steel crankshaft in it. And I would race the wind. I know one particular day I was racing I was sitting at a traffic light in Allen Park, Michigan, ready to make a right turn onto a 4-lane road. There was a secondary road, wasn't an expressway, and ready to pull out there. And there's a 442 Oldsmobile, red one with a hot looking blonde haired girl in there. And she was hot as it turned out. But anyway, he was going rev, rev, rev. He was ready for the light to change. And man, I said, this is going to be good because 442 Oldsmobiles, they didn't have much for my Falcon. So we rolled out and I was not really nailing it hard because I wanted to keep him interested. I didn't want him to get discouraged and quit. So I'm picking him up to worthwhile speed. And I looked and here come the gumball machine. Oh my God, So the policeman, he flags him over and he pulls over and he comes right up to me and he pulls me over. So I pull over and he goes back to him, spends just a minute and he's on this car for just a sec. And all of a sudden this Oldsmobile goes by burning rubber. I said, guy's a speed freak. He must be, here he comes. Yeah. I said, he's going to come back and he's going to flag me off too, except he had that blood vessel about the size of your index finger popped out on the side of his neck and his face was red as a tomato. He says, okay, son of a bitch. He said his wife was having a baby. What's your excuse?
Look, Jack, I'm gonna.
It went down just like that. I couldn't make that up.
Did you say you son of a to the cop, or did he say it to you?
No, he said, okay. She said, what's your excuse? His wife's having a baby. In fact, he said it the other way around.
Look, I'm an old, but I've never heard gumball machine referred to the cops.
Well, that's what we called them in Michigan. You know, it was not a good thing, but they go ding, ding, ding. It was kind of a gumball machine thing going off. Yeah.
Jack, you've been in the Speed Freaks pit so many times, and actually, we had you on, of course, before Matt Kenseth took home the championship. And when I saw you win that championship, hold that trophy up, I saw a few things. One is you said you finally freaking got it, and two, it was quite a relief. You finally got one that you felt you deserved. About in what 91, 90? When was that?
Yeah, in 1990. Mark Martin had a chance to win a championship, and it went bad for us at Richmond, as it turned out, which was only the third race of the year. They took 46 points, and they were not taken for good reason. And we lost the championship by 26 points as it worked out. But you know, in 2002. 2003, Mark Martin was there with me. He was a partner with me with Matt Kenseth. He brought Matt Kenseth to me. That was Mark Martin's championship, as it wasn't much as it was mine.
Let's do some word association before you get the hell out of here. Kurt Busch. A little Jack Roush.
Touchy.
Matt Kenseth.
Matt Kenseth, he's solid.
Greg Biffle.
Greg Biffle is mean.
Carl freaking Edwards.
He's a gymnast. You know, I tell you a Carl Edwards story. You know, it's
a 30-minute show, Jack.
I understand. I'll only take 31 minutes. But we're at Las Vegas, and Mark has just won the Busch race on Saturday, and Carl has finished second. He led and had the best car, and he had a flat tire. And Mark said, they asked Mark. One of the questions they said, Mark and I are both up in the media center, and they says, okay, what did Carl say? What do you think Carl felt whenever he had his flat tire and you won the race? And Mark says, well, he's a young man. He's going to win a lot of races. I've lost my races from flat tires, and he's going to lose. That's not the last one he's going to lose, but he said he's going to lose lots of them. He says, I don't have many opportunities left. I'll keep this one. He'll get his later. And they asked me, he says, what do you think he thought? I said, well, I can't tell you for sure what he thought. I got a sense that it would be censored. But I can tell you this. I said, whatever he was thinking, he was smiling like a Cheshire cat. And I said, the fact that cat's smiling, I said, it doesn't mean that you can pet him on the back. I said, you should stay away from him. I said, there's two drivers in the garage area right now that drive these cars, have been driving them for years, that have had confrontations with him, and they've understood for sure that in spite of the fact he was smiling and talking to him about something that was between them, it didn't mean that they could touch him on the back right now.
So Carl Edwards is a hell of a driver, but he's a badass. You don't want to mess with him, right?
Carl, one driver in particular, gave Carl the finger, and that happened during the middle of a race. And at the end of the race, he bounced right up in the trailer, and he said, "Look, Mister," and I'm not going to say who it is, but the driver was a driver that you wouldn't think of that somebody would necessarily take on. He bounced in there. He told him, he says, "Look," he says, "if you thought today that I was trying to hold you up," he says, "I apologize. I'm just a rookie." I says, "I'm proud to be here. I'm trying to learn from all you guys." I said, "I'll get out of your way as soon as I see you there." I said, "I wasn't trying to hold you up. And if you think in the future, if you think that I'm trying to hold you up, as soon as I see you, I'll get out of the way. It's not intentional." But he said, "On the other hand," and he was smiling, "on the other hand, if you give me a finger again, I will whip your ass." And he will. And they believe it.
One name that we haven't brought up, man, and again, it's a 30-minute show, Jack Roush, Mark Martin.
Oh, Mark Martin is the man. You know, everything that you could say about a race car driver, you got to say about Mark Martin. You know, I'll just go back to some of my roots. You know, it isn't the size of the dog that determines the fight, but it's the size of the fight in the dog. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of fight in that little dog. He can do it.
Would Jack Roush be sitting on this table next to Kenny Sargent with Speed Freaks with 2 championships on his fingers? And I see you got those snappy coins in your pocket there, which I don't have. Would you be sitting on this table if Mark Martin was not a part of your life?
If Mark Martin had left me in 1989, which was the first time he got a little frustrated with me because of my own ineptitude and what my program was doing and some of his problems at the time. If we had not fixed that and moved on, I'm sure that I wouldn't be sitting with 5 teams right now facing off against the best in stock car racing.
One last word. Look in that camera. Tell everybody about Speed Freaks.
Speed Freaks are cool. They're in the air. They're everywhere.
I'm Kenny Sargent. This is Jack Roush. Say bye, Jack.
Goodbye.
Cole Cusimano, when you see that, your opinion or your take on Jack Roush and Speed Freaks.
He really is just a legend. I love how in tune he is with the race team and the drivers, and just you're right, Crash. His ability to tell stories and just so well. He's really a national treasure when it comes to stock car racing.
What did he say about Kurt Busch? Which, by the way, congratulations, Hall of Famer Kurt Busch this weekend. What did he say? Touchy? I don't think the current Kurt Busch is touchy, but as we've seen, the Busch brothers, they mature as they age.
Now, the reason we ran this, and I'm going to read this verbatim. This came from the NASCAR Communications Department in regards to Jack Roush receiving the prestigious Bill France Award of Excellence. Evidently, this is the most prestigious honor from NASCAR, reserved for individuals who have made significant, lasting, positive contributions to the sport. And here's the quote from Jim France. For decades, Jack Roush has helped move NASCAR forward while staying true to what makes the sport special. He has built championship caliber teams and developed generations of drivers and leaders. Jack's legacy extends far beyond victories, leaving a mark throughout the sport and reflecting the enduring impact this award was created to honor.
Wow.
Yep. Roush inducted the Hall of Fame in 2019, by the way. So, yeah, Jack Roush has survived 2 plane accidents.
That's great. Oh, man. Forgot about those.
Yeah.
He's changed the landscape of drag racing. He's helped in Formula One. He has his fingerprints everywhere in motorsports and making it better. He's amazing.
And we've talked about that, where there's a Mount Rushmore of people, not just motorsports, but in automotive. And I think there have been times where Jack Roush has been up on Mount Rushmore in some of our discussions in the past. But props to Jack Roush and for what he's done for automotive and in motorsports, NASCAR in particular, man. Freak Nation, if you miss any of this show, be sure to go to our website, speedfreaks.tv. You can download it and actually listen to it while you're doing kinds of funny things in the race car at 60 miles an hour.
6.5 hours.
6.5 hours.
Of a fog delay.
More Freaks next.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive style. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the glass ceiling breakers, the minivan mothers, the scheduled jugglers, and everyday all-stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder. Now just $189. Built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs, all carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring. Hello. You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Hey, listen, are you a 50-year-old person looking for term life insurance? Then you need to talk to Bob. Bob specializes in helping people find $1 million or more of term life insurance for a couple of $100 a month. Look, you need to know there's a price war in the term life insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call Bob, and he'll shop and see how much money he can save you. Look, this could be the last term life insurance policy you ever have. Your rates are guaranteed for the next 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rates for the next 20 years. And if you're a smoker or your health is not perfect, Bob has great rates for you too. So for $1 million of term life insurance coverage for a couple of $100 a month, call Bob right now. 800-890-5075. 800-890-5075. 800-890-5075. That's 800-890-5075. Paid for by Term Direct.
For the 2026 season of speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500 and Celebration of 66 Festival, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, I want to thank General Tire for making this thing possible. I know a lot of you folks are rolling around with General Tires. Hopefully you folks that are in part of Storm Fern have a new set of General Tires or decent set of General Tires on that hot rod to make sure you get home safe and sound, man. Go to GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com to check out a line of General Tires. Speaking of weather, Crasher.
There are those stay in place, or what do you call those orders? Many states are doing the stay in place order. That's not the name for it, but you get the gist.
That's Dallas are already canceling freaking Tuesday for school for kids, man.
Whereas right now it's Sunday night. They're going through Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're not going to have all the trees from the ice picked up yet. So
48 hours and then you've already got school canceled. So you're going back to, hey, hate to break the news for you. You're going back to school on Wednesday. Parents, deal with it, Skipjack.
Get your General Tires so that you can make it through the nasty roads at that point.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Cole Cusimano, you want to give some props to your uncle who evidently is a avid Freak Nation watcher.
Huge fan of the Freak Nation. Uncle Oogie. His name is actually Uncle Sal. We call him Oogie though because there was a show called Uncle Floyd back in the day, and there was a clown called Oogie the Clown. So us children adopted the nickname Oogie for him. So what's up, Oogie? Huge fan of the show. He loves the studio, by the way. That's what I was getting at before you went live. But yeah, he loves the Speed Freaks.
Now his name is Sal.
Sal. Yes,
he's got to be from New York.
Of course. We literally have 5 Sals in the family.
The hell's
on my
going
mom's side?
What?
Yeah. Yep.
Are you allowed to in the Italian community have 5 Sals?
Yeah.
Dang.
5 Sals.
Is he the best Sal? Careful.
Yeah, hold on. Who else is watching?
Hey,
yeah. I mean, he's a freak. Come on.
Yeah. Why is he a freak? Why is Sal a freak?
He's a speed freak.
Okay.
He's an avid watcher, so he's got to be the best one, right?
Thanks, Sal. Hey, Crasher, speaking of Storm Fern.
Winter Storm Fern.
I just found this out. I found it out prior to us going live in our pre-show meeting that Storm Fern is affecting or may affect the Clash.
Yep.
Richie, you want to dive into the latest with Storm Fern and how it might be affecting the Clash?
I was a little intrigued by seeing this tweet today from Ben Kennedy amongst them. He tweeted out, quote tweeted a picture. Go ahead and pull this up if you can, Cody. Ben Kennedy retweeted a picture of Bowman Gray Stadium, which is the home to the Clash, which is happening next week. You wouldn't know it if you were watching Fox Sports coverage of the football match today. Anyway, so Short Track Scene tweeted out these pictures here, and Ben Kennedy replied and said this, that the team prepped a facility late last week. We're continuing to monitor the situation. Stay safe, everyone. Apparently, Bowman Gray Stadium was been brine treated in advance of the winter storm this weekend. There is a winter storm advisory through Monday in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, home to Bowman Gray Stadium. And I was looking at the weather for next week. It is not expected to be as wintry weather next week,
right?
But the temperatures are expected to be really, really cold, which you can imagine will affect race cars and the tires quite a bit.
Oh, no.
But the thing I was interested about is, like, I know that Charlotte is only like an hour and a half away or something. Like, it's not that long of a drive, but like, are they going to get the roads in between Charlotte and Winston-Salem done and finished and be able to drive by then? Because I saw a video today of a truck in Texas somewhere, I believe, and they were driving on this icy road, and I kid you not, it looked like this truck was locking up their tires, trying to go into a braking zone at Spa or something. Like, there was no rotation happening in these tires. This was in like a urban street area, right, in a residential area. So I can't imagine NASCAR haulers having to go down a highway full of icy roads. It'd be like ice road truckers.
Seriously,
you know.
If this happens, if they have to postpone or move, what happens, Cole? What happens with those that remained? Like, keep it in Southern California. What happens?
Oh boy.
I mean, well, first off, maybe this is why there's no advertisement for the Clash, because it's not going to happen. But thankfully,
conspiracy theory, yes.
Yeah, Bowman Gray is a very small track. That's why I kind of got criticized for them bringing the Clash there last year. So thankfully, there wouldn't be that many people in attendance, which is weird to say. But I don't know.
Damn.
It shouldn't really be somewhere where you could have weather incidents like this happen. Like, the LA was perfect because you're in that SoCal market. You're bringing in a new demographic, new fans. And I get going back to your roots. It was really cool last year, but when you have things like this happen with the weather, it's not a good look.
Well, Richie can vouch for me here. Southern California wasn't the best place for the Clash at one time.
That rain.
Due to a freaking the hellion came through storm and pushed the event.
This is true. They had to do it all on Saturday instead of Sunday.
That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the bottom line is wherever NASCAR goes, there's going to be weather problems
so
that persist. So it doesn't really matter. You know?
Here's what's weird, though. If it does get canceled, how bizarre would it be that we ended 2025 with NHRA canceling their finale, and then we potentially might start NASCAR with a canceled race? I mean, again, it's 50-50 whether or not Bowman Gray and the Clash is going to happen. All depends on the weather. Does it turn? Does it warm up? Do the roads get better? Do the trees get moved? Whatever. But it's just odd. Weather has been so bizarre for the last 4 or 5 months.
And if it does, I have a feeling I don't think they're going to cancel it, but there's like maybe a little tiny possibility that it might happen.
Yeah.
Because we know how weather.
What's the reason for the canceling? There's not going to be ice, sleet, snow.
How do we know? It could change in a week.
This massive storm, Fern, is going to be out of here. But how much destruction is being done right now that's going to delay, and let's say another storm does come up, how that
interferes. If you had to brine a racetrack in fear of it like freezing over, that's not a good look, man.
Because when you hear
side note, honestly, they should just cancel it because I don't really want to watch it anyway. But I'm not excited and I don't really care. So.
Well, they have a great short track package, and cars perform well in cold weather, right?
How many points are they going to earn towards the NASCAR chase?
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Bingo.
Man, they got a couple of bitter freaking millennials here on set.
And I'm a NASCAR shill, bro.
I just hope Richie gets when Richie hops in his hot rod tonight to go home. I just hope there's nobody within 50 feet of him on the sidewalk. Man, you're just pissed off.
I wonder why.
His Rams lost. It's over.
Yeah.
Man.
I cannot wait to drive home and just like window roll down because it is currently 51 degrees outside right now. Beautiful Arizona weather here. No ice storms here on the West Coast, that's for sure.
Sorry.
And just blast like the loudest music I can. Taylor Swift. Just crank up Cruel Summer and forget about the world for 30 minutes on my drive home.
Get yourself in a better mood.
Yes.
So watching you watch the Rams tonight, that's typically how you watch a Rams game at home by yourself. But even
I'm more demonstrative because I was trying to produce a radio show tonight, Kenny.
Right.
I was actually focused on other things. And usually I'm worse. I'm way worse by myself. Way worse. Usually I'm throwing stuff. There would have been probably spaghetti on the walls of my apartment. It would have been a
spaghetti.
A bad look.
You can't have it so rough as a Rams fan, man. So rough.
He's just teasing you, Richie.
I'm just.
I mean, the Jets fan.
Boo hoo! Yeah, geez.
Yeah, gosh. In fact, I think there was so much cursing going on in front of my 12-year-old daughter that I'm going to have to actually write a note for her from school tomorrow because she's going to come in freaking scarred and say, "What happened?" She's going to go, "Richard C. Suave was dropping all kinds of curse bombs during the 3 hour Rams game." And she's so wonderful. She just sits there and takes it. Freaking Richie bombing her with all these words that she's never heard in her life.
Right.
Yeah. She's probably F-bombing the school every time you guys drop her off.
Oh, no.
God. No, I don't think so. I will say this, that there are individuals in her 6th grade that are dropping bombs out there that I don't even think I knew the meaning of in 9th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And real quick, we got to go to break. Real quick. One of the most fun things I enjoy doing is taking these girls to ice cream or different events. When I have a car full of these Henley and her friends, it's just awesome. And a lot of times I'll just sit there and listen. I'll make sure the stereo's down. And the things that they're saying about dudes and other girls, it's so fun. But they're not.
We've seen Mean Girls. We've all seen Mean Girls.
They're not that mean. And they're certainly not freaking competing with Richard C. Suave's curse words that he drops during the Rams loss. Really? The Patriots and the Seahawks? More freaks next.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring. Hello. You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add one 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. One bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
What's better than one win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get one line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder. Now just $189. Built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book,
I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive style. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
Tickets for the 2026 season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500 and Celebration of 66 Festival, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the Glass Ceiling Breakers, the Minivan Mothers, the Schedule Jugglers, and everyday All-Stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
You know, we're not making light of what's going on across the country when it comes to this storm Fern. We feel for you, Freak Nation. Just be safe. Be safe. Don't go anywhere where you don't have to go. Like, I need to tell you that, but
just don't go anywhere. You have a couple days.
Right.
Just stay at home. Stay warm. Don't get in your car.
Yeah.
We got a couple people. We got AZ Realtor chiming in. He says, or she says they're listening from a cruise ship that just left the Bahamas 4 hours ago. Let's go. The Freak Nation's going international, baby.
Love it.
Shout out to AZ Realtor, who also chimed in earlier and said that they should make the Clash a snowmobile race.
Ooh,
I mean,
okay.
It'd be a lot more fun.
Yes.
Get their best X Games going on.
Yeah, how do you get the snowball derby in, but you can't get the Clash in because the concrete's too cold? Huh?
Good question.
Anybody want to help me out here?
I got nothing.
Hey,
World's most
it came out the last 48, 72 hours. Richie, help me out here. That the current administration would like an IndyCar race around the streets of D.C., jamming around some of those snappy monuments. And evidently someone put together a video of this race.
An fully AI video. Yes.
And it took my older individual self to kind of realize what the hell Richie was talking about when you text this video, text a link to a story about this video getting more views than something or other. And I finally had to deep dive into it, and I found this highly produced video of these IndyCar cars rolling through the streets of DC. And you're presenting it, Richie, as that there are some things in the works to try and get this done, when we're sitting on set going, how in the hell can you get this done due to so many factors?
Yeah, so I'm going to read from Indianapolis Star and the Sports Business Journal here real quick. The U.S. Department of Transportation continues to push for an IndyCar street race to be added to the National Mall in Washington, D.C. this year. The race would be tied to the celebration of the country's 250th birthday. But now this is the big caveat here. There is a ban on advertising in and around the DC centralized capital area. Right. Which you'd imagine it's IndyCar, and you have sponsors galore and all the race cars, right? So Congress would have to pass a bill to allow for the race to happen because there is a ban on advertising on the Capitol grounds. Allegedly, they want this race to be August 21st which would start at the Supreme Court and cover a full lap around the National Mall. There was some news out today that the president was trying to put blame on folks in Congress for trying to put a stop to this. So I have a feeling we're dead on arrival here. This is just not going to get done. For example, I was just telling you guys in the break, the Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC, is going to host an event at the White House this summer. And one of the things, as we just said, there is no advertisements allowed in the U.S. Capitol. Well, the UFC is going to have to fight their event coming up later this summer with an octagon, which is normally littered with ads, completely blank because of that. And they're able to continue on with the fights. So
you can't do that for a street race.
Exactly. I asked before I throw it to you guys, I did ask on Twitter earlier this week about, would you like to see IndyCar race in DC? And the results are actually pretty damn close. Right now, you still go vote. Should IndyCar race in Washington, DC this summer? Yes, 49%. No, 51%.
Wow.
Oh, dang.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's a logistical nightmare to make a race like this happen on the streets of DC, not the least of which is the fact that you can't have your walls covered in sponsorship. Are you even allowed to have sponsorship on the cars? I mean, there's just so much here that doesn't make sense. And yes, it's Trump pointing fingers at Schumer pointing back at Trump. To be honest, it's the chances of this happening are, in my opinion,
it would be badass.
It would be badass. I agree.
Right?
Going around the Washington Monument and just so many amazing things to see in DC, and to be able to showcase that would be amazing. But the logistics of it, nope, not happening.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense to me because I don't know how you could be a month and a half out from the IndyCar season and be like, oh, hey, instead of having 17 races, we're going to have another race added in the middle of the schedule. Like, I feel like there's no thought being put into this as far as the logistics, like you're saying. This would be a badass event, but it needs to be well thought out and planned out, maybe 2 years down the road or something. Like NASCAR in Chicago or NASCAR in San Diego. So it's like, I don't know. Right now it seems like a stupid time to do it. It's just going to seem very rushed if it does happen, but I don't think it will happen either.
And especially, we are celebrating the 250th year of our country, of the United States. You don't want something to be half-assed in your nation's capital. It's got to be completely buttoned up and looking perfect. You can't have anything else but that on your 250th birthday.
And stealing the thunder of what NASCAR is doing on the base in San Diego for the 250th anniversary.
Yep. That's in June. Father's Day weekend, right?
And the logistics that it's taken to get it over the finish line and then implement that, you would imagine that there would be some similarities to security around the National Mall in DC.
I mean,
comparatively speaking to what they've got on the base in San Diego.
Yeah, it sounds like a nightmare. But it would be badass. You're absolutely right. I'd go, but I don't think it's happening.
No way.
So I don't think that. I was thinking about this a lot, and I don't see how it would benefit IndyCar in the long run to do anything like this. Great, it would get them a lot of attention for 24 hours, and then that's it. And then anybody who would watch that or go to it would be like, "Oh, that's cool," and then they just forget about it. I don't see any
beats the hell out of thermal.
Beats the hell out of thermal. And actually,
I don't think it does, to be honest. But
with IndyCar's absence in the Northeast, here's your Northeast, even though it's not super Northeast, here's at least a solution for that. And so I actually think that, yes, you'll have some periphery fans in the DC area that'll come. And you're right. Maybe they come back, maybe they don't. But you're going to have people from New Hampshire all the way down making a drive, making a summer event out of it, if it were to happen.
I mean, Richie, I'm the Cowboys snorkeler, but I'd rather see cars running around the National Mall than I would around Cowboy Stadium, which is going to happen this year.
True.
In practice, I tend to agree with you, but in reality, it's
okay.
No.
But you're just talking about logistic wise, not the actual if they were both equal.
Logistically, yes, and quite frankly, who this administration is. I just have to say that, but
right,
because look, if I'm being honest, and I am going to in this moment, if people hate me, that's fine. I don't care. an event like this only benefits one person, and that's the man sitting in the White House and is president of the United States. It does not benefit any car whatsoever. It doesn't benefit any of the owners. It doesn't benefit anybody else except for that man in the White House. And that's why it would be a big mistake to do anything like this. Plain and simple.
When you look at, we talked about this last hour, being able to compartmentalize and look at it from the standpoint of really actually what it is and not what Richie's referring. I'm not knocking what Richie's saying. I'm not knocking that at all. I'm trying to keep it between these margins of conversation where we can have a discussion like this of really visually speaking, is it something that would be worth leave the political issue out of there, Richie, if you can, leave it out. Would it benefit, well, you already answered that. Would it benefit the series to have that Northeast exposure in DC versus going to, God, I almost said Newark, but going to Boston and doing something downtown in a Philadelphia for $250. Why not?
I mean, the logistics would not be as difficult for downtown Boston or downtown Philly. Throw it out there. Put it up on social media. If DC can't happen, where else would you want to see a street race? If the series is set, if this is the series idea, again, another topic of conversation there. If the series really wants to push for a street race in August in the Northeast and it can't be DC, where would it be?
Yeah, ask the Long Beach Grand Prix what the red tape they have to get through to get that freaking thing cleared. Ask Nashville, ask Arlington, Texas, what they have to do. Well, it's around freaking stadiums.
That's
it's not
parking lot.
Yeah.
That's a little different.
So, all right, there's 9 minutes of that there, Cole Cusimano. Holy smokes.
Didn't expect it to go that long.
No.
It's an interesting topic, though. It really
is. It is.
Freak Nation, I will say this, as I'm reminded that we're about to go to break and call it a show, Freak Nation. Hopefully, we're going to have some news this week on where we will be landing on this new network.
You just smile.
I want to say it so bad, but a T just needs to be crossed. And hopefully, this time next week, we're saying awesome job for our first show on this network.
The mothership.
Right.
Yep.
All right, Freak Nation. Thank you guys for being a part of this big old thing. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Later.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the glass ceiling breakers, the minivan mothers, the scheduled jugglers, and everyday all-stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive style. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
At Straight Talk, we get it. You say no a lot.
Mom, can I get a tarantula? No. Coffee? No.
So we're giving you more reasons to say yes, like a free 5G phone with real unlimited data with select plan activation.
Can I use the free phone?